Hello, in today's videos I'm going to talk about culture and leadership. After reading the required reading on Moodle, I have discovered two distinct countries which I'd like to discuss today. Since I come from Confucian Asian country, I'm from Hong Kong, and today I would like to discuss another distinctive country, which is the Latin America country, Mexico. Since I have a Mexican colleague here in Moodle, and also she lives around me here. So I have briefly discussed the culture and leadership differences with her, and we also discussed some examples we have encountered or we might have heard of from the others. And yeah, so I don't think there might be any specific references other than the record reading on Moodle. So yeah, I'm just gonna go ahead and explain everything. Yeah, so after reading the required readings, I have discovered a few points to talk about culture. First of all, about the Hong Kong culture. Um, this country or city generally score high in performance orientation, institution collectivism, and in-group collectivism. They are also result driven, and they encourage the group working together, tightly together, but over individual goals. And in Hong Kong culture, people are devoted and loyal to the family. Regarding Mexico, they score low in humane orientation and institutional collectivism, and they also try to value people and in autonomy and place less value on the associated collective. So, regarding the leadership, I also distinguish that in Asian country they do not invite people for decision making. Leaders who works together, they only care about the others, using their own status and positions to make independent decision without the input from the others. While in Mexico, the Latin American place more importance to the self-productive leadership and less importance on autonomous leadership, and they also require participation in leadership making. One of the similarities I could distinguish that is in Hong Kong, the leaders usually use power influence theory, that they always use the positions or their status to put pressure on the employees, and so basically they use their own authority to overrule on the employees to keep pressure on them to make the job done. And of course they are more autonomous. They only the leaders only tell the employees what to do, but then they did not invite them for any participation in the decision making. um so Hong Kong and Mexico, they love to working together, but the difference is that in Hong Kong leaders love to do the decision making themselves, but for Mexican or for Latin American, they love to work together, but then they also love to make decisions together. One of the examples I can give in the video is that Mexican usually they love to approach people even though it's outside the working hours. Let's say when you see your leader in a restaurant or in a bar, you would just approach the people, like to more make more connections with the leaders. But then in Hong Kong, when you're off, then you're really off from the office hour. Then basically you are not going to have any contact with the leaders, and of course you're not going to listen to the call because you're off, and then you are supposed to have your own private time. So that's how really Hong Kong works in the working hour format and Mexican. How do they interact with people even though it's not during office hours? Um, and another example I can give is that for the culture, Mexico and Hong Kong, they really love to be together, loyal with the family. Um, Especially in the Chinese culture, the Chinese Year is coming really soon in like 2 3 weeks. So yeah, they really love to enjoy having the time together to celebrate the festivals together. Um, and I'm sure Mexican will have the same when they have their own festivals in the country. And one of the differences example I can give is that Mexican really loves to hug people, and I come from an Asian country. We used to shake hands, but in Europe or in American country, Latin American country, people really love to hug. So that's really the thing I might have to adjust to this culture and have to get used to the culture. Same for them when they come to the Asian country, they should learn not to hug each other, hug each other, but they should learn to shake hands with people as a greetings. And this comes to the end of the video. I hope in the video I have explained the culture and literature for Hong Kong and Mexican, which are from Confucian Asian country and Latin American country. And as mentioned earlier already, there's no specific references other than the record reading uploaded on Moodle.